Okay, so I'm watching Myron Goldens Secrets to Wealth, and I was like, let me actually break it down to see how it's actually applicable to, my life or your life, if you're watching this and, you want to take the journey with me. So I'm thinking about it, right? And he has this, it's this chart. It's this like, I'm gonna show you right here, but it's basically this chart where he talks about like this little step thing. Hold on, let me show you. This is it right here. I'm not about to even try to explain it how he explains it, because how he explains it is actually a lot better than how I'm going to explain it. But basically, this bottom level right here is implementation, right? Meaning use your time and your muscles to make money. Second step is unification. You build a team, manage a team, something with other people to do the work of the implementation. And then he said above this blue line right here is communication, and this is where you start to actually make wealth. Is where you start using your mouth, communicate ideas, and stuff like that, right? And then the last level is that where you make the most money is use your imagination, use your mind and your money, right? So how I see this, right? I was trying to break it down today, and let's see. I got my trusty dusty notebook, right? And so using that chart, right? I was like, how can I how do I actually make money, right? With bringing it down to my level, because I'm not a millionaire. Um, in fact, I'm far from it, but I will get there. For videos, it's me, so it's a little hard for me to see it, right? Because I love creating videos. I love the art of it. I love storytelling, and I love videos as a medium to be able to do that. Like I've always loved doing it ever since I was younger, right? But I can see it for other people a lot better than I can see it for myself. So at this bottom level, right? If this is a product, right? Let's say I know how to make these, right? Fingerboards, little skateboards. If I make these myself, right? Cool. I'm doing all the work and then I'm selling them, but then I'm limited by time and the money. I mean, time and my energy to actually make these. So if I only can make 10 a day, the maximum amount of money I can make is however much I sell them for 10 a day, right? So we're gonna stick with this example, the fingerboards, because it's on my desk right now. It's like this is me trying to break it down for me. Sometimes when people speak, it's like, wow, okay, but how do I use that today, right? So this is me processing what he's saying, and I have my notebook here. I take notes, and this is not the first time I heard this. This is maybe the 100th, but you already know how that go. So right. So the second level, if I'm making these, would be to teach other people how to make them, right? Or manage a team of people to make them. And that's how I can move up in the wealth ladder if I teach other people how to make these. Okay, if I'm like, all right, I get my brothers, like, hey, all right, this is how I make these, and then show them how to put it together, yada, 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 yada. Put the wheels on, put the board on, put this on. Now, if I was making 10 a day before, now I can, if I had two brothers, now I can make 30 a day, right? That's between all three of us. And that's how I can make more money moving on to like unification. So that means for that, I have to get both my brothers on board. I have to make sure they with the vision, and I have to make sure, they're making it correct. So that's a higher level of energy right there. But now I can produce, as if that was the whole company, all three of us, now I can produce more of these fingerboards, little skateboards, right? And then he's saying the maximum I can make from that is $250,000. Maybe, maybe not. We're ballparking it here. A lot of people stop right there. Like they have businesses and then they teach other people how to do it. Third step, right? And I feel this is a step that I'm trying to work on right here, is the communication right here. Communication. He said this is where real wealth is built, right? Communication, using your mouth, how to communicate an idea. So for me thinking, if I'm still creating these, now I have to communicate why people need these. Whether I'm communicating to other companies, whether I'm communicating to the masses, the people, and um, once I'm doing that, I'm also I have my team, right? And so they're making the boards and the implementation, they're making it. So I manage the team, and then the team is making it, right? And I am communicating at this point. So now maybe I'm not managing the team or making the boards anymore, but now I guess as a leader, as a boss, this is how you level up. You are communicating the idea of why your company is important, of maybe you need this or how this would help people do XYZ, right? And that can be as simple as a product as these, because somebody bought, I bought this. Somebody communicated that I needed this, right? This specific brand, and I bought it, right? So once the team is built, then with communication, I need to convince people that my team is valuable enough to get the job over and over and over again in a repeatable process, right? Um, and that's how you, I guess that at that point the company is like, all right, cool. Now people keep buying, or maybe we solving more solutions. Maybe we're not just doing small ones anymore, but we're doing full skateboards, as a company, because then uh, we can communicate through our products. We can solve this problem and this problem and this problem and this problem and this problem, right? So that's where he says real wealth is created. So that's me looking at something small as this. And then the third level the fourth level is, he says, is imagination, right? And so he said that's the level where, now I have to, once I've convinced enough people that my product is worth it, per se, and, people are continually buying, you know, now I have to use my imagination to see where else we can go, right? So if we were only making these, I said it before, we're only making these. Now my imagination said, oh, if X amount of people were using this, maybe now it's time to move into bigger skateboards, right? Maybe we go even deeper and now we just make the wheels, or maybe we sell the boards, or we sell the bolts and the screws separately, like that imagination is at the head of the company. He said like the highest level of spiritual value, spiritual result, right? To make a lot of money. So for me thinking this, right, I have to figure out how I'm working on my communication at the moment. So I want to be able to communicate value through my products, through my videos. Um, that's really where I'm at right now. And so that's just me breaking it down to I'm going through the process. So this is me thinking, how to get wealth, right? So that's all for today. This is I just wanted to break it down just to kind of understand it on my level. He explains it really well. I'll link the video below. And that's all for today.